Hello, I'm Mariko.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the Speech for Actor online course. I'm Professor Peter Reed. So nice to meet you.
So nice meeting you too.
You enrolled in the speech course, not the English course?
Yes, I enrolled in Speech for Actors. You're a professional speech teacher, not just an English teacher.
Oh, I teach both English and speech, in which I have years of experience. Okay, Mariko, tell me about yourself. You are Japanese, right?
Yes, I am. And I'm also an actor. And
I
I'd
used to
like,
have many Japanese students in my ESL class, and I've been to Japan once. It's such a beautiful, refined culture. They they're so clean and really well organized. I love sushi and the beautiful cherry blossoms. I love Japanese women too. They're they're more feminine, more gentle and respectful. You know, American women aren't really women anymore. Or or perhaps I shouldn't say that these days.
probably not. But I'm glad you liked Japan, Mr. Reed.
Doctor.
Excuse me?
I prefer Dr. Reed over Mr. Reed, or you may just call me Peter or Professor.
Oh, I apologize, Professor.
Oh, no, no, no need to apologize. You keep learning. That's what I'm here for, Miss Mariko.
Ms.
Excuse me?
I prefer Ms. over Miss, or you may just call me Mariko.
You're smart. I like a smart woman.
Thank you. I like a smart man too. So, as I said, I'm an actor and would like to work on standard speech.
Standard speech, not general American? Because standard speech
Yes, and I've been working on General American as well, but I'm particularly interested in standard speech because I'd like to do more classical pieces.
I see. I like you, Mariko. You seem smart and ambitious. You remind me of my own daughter. So may I give you some advice? Honest advice like only a father would give you?
Yes, please.
You probably know English well enough to handle classical material, and standard speech might be easier than general American because it's closer to your accent.
Yes, that's why I'd like
But
to.
because it's closer to your accent, even if you speak perfect standard speech, people would still think that it's your accent rather than standard speech. Or some might even mistake it as a Hong Kong accent because of the British influence. I don't think it will help you so much.
So you're telling me I shouldn't bother working on standard speech because people are so prejudiced and too ignorant to know the difference?
I know that it may sound unfair, but that's the reality. Maybe there was a time when people praised you just for speaking English, but you've already outgrown that. You have to embrace the change. What you need to do now is to try to find the most effective way to deal with the reality. Just just work on general American. It may be hard, but it will benefit you more. If you actually get the opportunity to work on classical pieces in the future, then you can work on standard speech and I'll be happy to help you. Plus, you don't have to be ashamed of your accent. Your accent is charming And it's a part of you. You can use it effectively for your own benefit.
To accommodate the Asian stereotype, to demonstrate, I'm just cute and charming, no threat to you. Do you call it a benefit? I call it offensive. Plus, I'm not ashamed of my accent. I just want to learn standard speech as a professional skill. If someone wants to learn typing, we just say, oh, you don't have to. Your handwriting is charming.
Nobody wants to learn typing anymore. I'm, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm just expressing my honest opinions.
I know you didn't. I like you, Professor. And you also remind me of my father. But honesty does not give permission to be sexist and racist.
Wait a minute. Don't use those radical words. Maybe you've been in this country too long. It's unfortunate that you've become so Americanized and lost the virtue of your own culture.
I'm sorry for crushing your Asian delusion, but I was like this and even when I was in Japan. Just in case you didn't know, Japanese women also have their own mind and opinions. And newsflash, we have democracy too. By the way, your definition of feminine and Japanese women are so outdated that they don't sound like compliments to us anymore. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful, Professor, but I'm not just an innocent girl who knows nothing. I know the reality you are talking about. And there was a time I just kept quiet and went with it because I thought I had no choice. But I won't be quiet anymore because this needs to change. If not my generation, then for our future generations.
For our future generations. You sound like my daughter.
What does your daughter do?
She teaches English in South Korea.
Wow, good for her. Oh, I've never been to Korea. Does she like it?
I hope so, but I'm worried. I mean, is she really safe there? They might hate Americans, especially these days.
Professor, South Korea is one of American allies. You know that?
But you don't know how they feel. I heard they hate Japanese too.
Only on social media and internet propaganda with some political agenda. On a personal level, I don't think so. I have many Korean friends. Just like in every American doesn't wear a MAGA hat and carry a machine gun.
But I've never lived there. I mean, I know you may think it odd, but your father's worry.
I understand. My father thought I would have been robbed, raped, or killed as soon as I landed in New York City. He thought there would be gang members on every corner and gun violence every day. Maybe some of those images came from movies, but many Japanese thought New York City was a very dangerous place when I came here.
Don't be too hard on him. That's how fathers feel. For him, you're still daddy's little girl. She used to run to me when I came home. She was, maybe 4 or 5 years old. She just ran to me. But I don't know her anymore. She became so foreign. I feel like I've lost my daughter. And she made her big decision without even consulting me.
I also didn't ask my father's opinion and made my own decision to come here.
Well, not only moving to Korea, other things too.
Like, she's a lesbian and wants to marry an Asian girl?
Not only that, she became a man.
Just to be clear, became a man meaning being strong and very independent, or physically transformed to another gender?
Physically transformed.
That's a big decision.
I know, right?
I mean, it's too big to consult with any non-specialist. You might be called doctor, but you are not medical professional. Did her mother, your wife, know about it? Or she didn't know either?
She knew.
Then the next question is, were you there when she needed you? Did you even know she was struggling? Because this kind of thing doesn't just happen overnight. Why are you always giving full attention to her or passing off every daily problems to your wife and just enjoying being a holiday daddy? Did you always make excuses that you are too busy with your work, too busy to spend time with your daughter, when we were really struggling and desperately needed your help and support? Where the fuck were you?
Mariko?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I got carried away. Uh, I was thinking of my father. Uh, I've been locked in my apartment since March and haven't talked to anyone in person except on this Zoom online course. Maybe I'm getting rusty talking to people in person. Please forgive me.
Don't worry, you're not alone. Everyone's a little on edge these days. And you were right, Mariko. I had never been there for her. And that's probably why she doesn't trust me now. But I have always loved her and cared for her. I think your father feels the same.
I know.
We're all having a hard time dealing with this COVID-19 situation. And it must be even harder when you're away from home. That's that's why I'm worried about my daughter. If anything happens to her, I can't protect her anymore.
Maybe she doesn't need your protection anymore. May I give you some advice? Honest advice like only daughter would give you?
Shoot away.
When you talk to your daughter, don't say when you come home. I know you say it because you love her and miss her, but it sounds like you expect her to fail and were asking, when are you giving it up? And if she takes it that way, believe me, it hurts. Even if she knows it comes from your love, it deeply hurts. Maybe there was a time she was just a little girl and you always had to guide and protect her. But she's already outgrown that. You have to embrace the change. What you have to do now is trust her and show your support. Tell her that you've got her back. Even though she would rather call the American embassy than you if she has any serious problems, it really means a lot when you live in a foreign country. He needs your support. You haven't lost your daughter. You have your son. You can still give him advice if you like, but don't forget to tell him that you are proud of him.
I still have my son. Thank you, Mariko. I appreciate your advice. I mean it. Your father would be very proud of you.
Thank you, Peter.
Now, let's get back to your speech. I still want you to work on General American because that's a mandated skill you should have as a professional actor. Don't give them any excuse to pigeonhole you. And we'll also work on standard speech and scansion, which is still useful when you do Shakespeare. Fewer actors can do it these days, so this could increase your opportunities. There is much to do, but I think you can handle it. Any questions?
No, no, sounds great.
Okay, let's get started.